flappers, the self-soilers, the hominy ushers. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Well, I went to the doctor. I said I'm feeling kind of rough. Let me break it to you, son. Your shit's fucked up. I said my shit's fucked up.
Hey, yo. I'm in Salvatore making Salat. Been taking 3 flavors. Shoot the nigga now, we speak later. Up the Whitney, got the Mac with me, hit behind the Warhol. Dip the bird door, shut up the whole store. Cherry 57 in the back, learning lessons. Cracking, drying it, be ready in a second. 40 chains on, halo, I'm a god nigga. Fear a god, jog a rocket nigga. I don't even jog, hanging out.
Chatting and lingering with Chad and Luke. December 2nd, 2025, Venezuela watch. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, buddy?
I assume you hear me all right. That's good.
Good on this end. We good?
All good. No technical
Awesome.
errors, which is like
Hey, all right.
that's something for us. I got a 2 gram one, but it's clogged right now, so I'm trying to. There we go. I'll have my personal.
You gotta get like a paper clip.
Yeah, I do.
Like
I like the 2 grammars because they last twice as long as a 1 grammer, but they do kind of get a little cloggy. A lot of time they'll hit you clog though. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're not a real stoner though if you don't have a couple paper clips lying around with like a bunch of gunk on them.
I have like an endless series of like carts that have like, 10% or less of their initial capacity remaining that I just keep. Like I just keep them for a while until I throw them away. Eventually I like do run out and they come in handy. But it's also like it's like annoying like hitting a vape like 4 times and being like, all right, time to switch the cart. But whatever. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
I think so.
It's been like a month, I feel like.
Sounds about right.
What's been going on?
Lots happened in a month. Like KMS isn't even a thing anymore. Like craziness.
I expect it'll be back in January.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yes. I'm not too worried about it. I don't give a fuck about the case. As I've said before, I'll say again, true crimes for broads. Like the case just doesn't interest me at all, especially the case because it's always going to be very Boston centric. Massachusetts, great place. New England, great place. Like I don't live there. I don't care that much. The only reason why I care even a little bit is because the Kirk Minniot show was so Boston centric. So I ended up having to care. And because like a lot of the people that I talk to on the internet are from that area. Good.
Right. I was just saying, he's actually solved a few though, hasn't he? Or whatever, like isn't that his thing? Like half-ass or whatever. Yeah.
That Kevin Mailer's not even in jail anymore, so really I'd say he solved 0 murders.
All right.
Rick and I have solved the same number of murders.
I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's, what do I know?
He doesn't need the benefit of the doubt.
No, he doesn't.
So, but
I told you in confidence, and I'm sure I'll stir the pot here on this one, but that, as soon as they started, letting the broads take over, now it's shut down within a month. Like that's
it's over. Yeah.
They went DEI and now we're bankrupt.
That
what are we doing?
That Kate O'Hara is, as they used to say on the Stern Show, she's the craziest chick we've had up here, and
that's saying something.
We've had some crazy chicks around here.
Yeah, I'll take your word on that. I don't know. I wasn't following it too close.
She was like the last
misogynist
one. Week. She came in the day like the Tuesday after Bitches Week, and she was fine of it. Like I've been blocked the entire time. I never had an opportunity to engage. But there's just a lot of craziness. Like somebody like I don't know. Now there's like lawsuits being threatened, all sorts of stuff. I told everybody
Really?
just go ahead and like blame everything on me. I'll take the hit for everybody on the lawsuit. It's fine. I don't have any assets. We'll divide negative $20,000 in net assets, however many ways, and we'll call it good.
Dude,
That's
legal
I'm an honor guy.
counsel.
I'm willing to take
Legal
that.
counsel is not cheap,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you being a martyr. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need legal counselor for this. I'll represent myself. It'll be great. It'll be good content.
That would be
That's all
good.
that matters.
We will broadcast the GVE broadcast of the trial.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait till all the group chats get subpoenaed, called into evidence.
Oh god,
This is gonna be bad.
we're all fucked if that happens.
It'll have nothing to do with Kate because it has nothing to do with her. She's a fucking lunatic. But yeah, we'll all be fucked for other reasons.
Right.
Yeah. At least there will be at least 3 arrests. Like for there'll be a big news story about. Did you see the article the other day about this? I want to say they're in the Air Force. Those guys were like going to go take over an island in Haiti.
Yeah, they planned it and
like,
everything.
I kept as I'm reading it, I'm like, show me the law, but then like at the end, like there was like child porn involved, which I was like, all right, and
sure, it's always that.
Yeah, that's true.
But weren't they? They were like they were creating a army from the homeless. I think if I was reading that right, they were rounding up homeless dudes.
They were going to build an army of homeless people and then go take over that island so they could have sex slaves. I mean, it's not what I would do. It's not my reason to do it, but I would take over one of these places and then I would like start printing stamps. I don't know. I'd come up with some way. There's money in being a country, I'm sure. So I would find a way to funnel money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that was some of what we were going to talk about. But I like that they were just going to take it over and like just take all the women. Like they weren't even going to pay for it. Like I'm reminded like the Blues Brothers, like Jim Belushi's like the women. How much for the women? Like but he's like I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to take it by force. I guess you got to respect it.
I don't know about you, but I've like thought to myself before, like I bet I could take like that island in the Indian Ocean with the uncontacted tribes that like if you try to get near them, they shoot bows and arrows at you.
Yeah, like everybody goes to try to like write a reporter goes to try to write a piece on him and ends up dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a couple buddies, couple guns. I feel like I can clear that island.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, but it's something I've thought about more than once. I mean, the problem is they would retreat into the woods, and then I'd have to napalm the woods. But
we got like 4 or 5 different avenues here where we're going to end up on a watch list, whether it's the group chat or this discussion right here. Like, there's no way.
We're getting arrested for planning an invasion of the North Andaman Islands or whatever it's called. That's fun.
Can't get to the bottom of anything that matters, though. But we'll prosecute that.
You did say we're going to talk about that later, but there is money being a country. I've been thinking about a lot. There's a lot of countries that aren't really countries. I mean, they're countries in the sense that they're countries, like legally they're countries, but like, what is Belize besides a way for the British to not pay taxes? What is Canada besides just a northern extension of like it's not a real like there's what is Honduras? There's no Honduran culture. It's just Honduras. It's actually like it's one of the biggest shitholes in the world. I was amazed at how shitty Honduras is. Like all the countries around Honduras are like, don't go to Honduras. It's horrible. And they're right. Honduras makes the shitholes around it look like nice places. So
like a Haiti, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I really knew about Honduras is every time we would go and play, like U.S. men's national team would play them in soccer in Honduras, like it would be horrible, and the field would be all like just a big patch of dirt, and we would generally it would be a 0-0 draw generally because there was just no chance anybody was ever going to score a goal in that match.
What are those soccer balls that's made from like a tumbleweed, like
basically. Basically,
or tape ball or something, yeah.
And then the stadiums is just complete total shithole. Everything's awful. Like you're just hoping the guys don't get hurt. Like that kind of a deal.
It's probably better than MetLife though. Like I think that's
true.
MetLife. We don't want to get on the football thing. necessarily, but I think that's such bullshit. Like they've proven that football should be played on real turf, real grass, real sod, and for cost purposes and multi-purpose use, like they have turf in some of these places, and it's just proven that um, the injuries are exponentially higher on the turf fields, like non-contact injuries, Achilles, all that. It's like it would actually be lessened if they would move to sod fields, and they won't do it because they're too cheap, basically. Which I think
I
is
like
kind of
the idea
bullshit.
too. If I like the idea too of the field being torn up towards the end of the year, just being a part of the game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Heinz Field used to always just be a mud pit. You couldn't kick field goals at Heinz Field like the last month of the year. So
right.
they'd have the Pennsylvania State playoffs there. Then they'd have like Pitt would play a game, and it would be November, and it would just be a shithole. They
Yep.
went to turf a few years ago. They must have, because I don't remember that being a thing in like at least a decade.
The new ones are all going to turf, but like when they had that game down in Brazil, um, they were showing
Like,
like so it for soccer it's not allowed. They only play the pitch has to be real sod. They have very strict grass requirements, and they like have the mechanical like lower the field and have like a greenhouse underneath it. And there's some cool ones in the NFL, like the one in Phoenix for the Cardinals is like they can wheel the whole field out into its own greenhouse and grow it and then wheel it back into the stadium and shit. Like so there's ways it's been done really nicely, but
do you
there's
remember though
some
when the
leagues that
Texans
just don't do it.
NRG when it first opened, they did something similar, but the grass was in like squares,
Yeah.
and guys kept blowing their knees out because they would hit like the seam between the squares of grass. So it's got to be a whole field. It can't just be piecemeal, because I think they went to eventually they went to turf and NRG. I think
I just personally think that's bullshit. It's like you guys could pony up some money for some fucking sod fields.
Yeah. I love, by the way,
if
the
you're
Browns.
gonna preach player safety, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Fucking Browns, 800 million or 600 million, I think they got from the state of Ohio back in '99 for that stadium, and now they're moving to the suburbs after 27 years of shit football.
It's like, what do you mean a stadium doesn't even last 30 years now? Like, what the fuck?
Well, now they gotta build them with those big decks, and now they're decreasing capacity in all these college football stadiums because they got to put these decks in and more luxury boxes and all that.
All of them, and the same with the new Bills stadium, and a lot of that actually has to do with like acoustics and stuff too to make it sound better. Because like if you go, like a lot of they had System of a Down here in Chicago recently, played at Soldier Field or whatever, and like it's cool, and I would have liked to have gone. But I don't like a lot of the stadium shows. They don't sound good. So they're also saying for like events and acoustics and whatever, they actually want to make it a little smaller. So,
I mean, yeah,
for concerts and other shit.
But it's
hosting
ridiculous.
Wrestling and fights and whatever. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. That.
But let me riff on your previous. No. So this is a good segue actually. Like, I don't disagree with you about like Belize or whatever the hell we were talking about, but that actually is part of the discussion around Venezuela, in my opinion. I don't know. So let me preface a few things. I'm not a geopolitical expert. I'm not an expert of anything. I am an engineer, and I have traveled the world pretty well for some of my age, so I know a couple things, and I have managed money professionally. And I still manage money, and so I pay pretty close attention is all. So, but I'm an expert on nothing. But part of what we were just getting at that other, like, I agree with you, there's shithole countries, but we have this notion as Americans that we really need to like knock it off, in my opinion, that every country is like just completely fucking idiotic and shithole countries. It's like if there's guys on YouTube that are total idiots that have like really awesome drones, you don't think like a government has awesome drones. Like some of these governments suck, but all governments have resources and money and military and drones, and like they're much more sharp than we give them credit for. We have this kind of notion that a lot of these countries, like, fuck them, like it'd be so easy to just walk in there and take Venezuela over. Like we'll do it all the time. Like, oh, this country, like we'll just walk. It's like, are you serious? Like, have you traveled actually? Like every country has some kind of infrastructure and militia and technologies and money and means of control and shit. Like the whole idea that we have, and I'm not saying you said it, but I'm saying you get what I'm saying, broadly speaking.
Right.
We kind of have this like Americanism, like, oh, well, we'll just fucking walk in there and take it. When it's like, that's kind of part of the problem at the root of some of this shit too. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a false, it's kind of American centric type of fucking ideal there. I'm sure the Brits are intolerable. The Brits think everybody that's not a Brit is fucking stupid. Like, so we're not. It's not exclusive to us, but we're amongst.
I
the
will.
worst.
I would like to say too, Britain, shithole country, backwater country at this point. Europe's a backwater continent.
Yeah, I work with my headquarters in Birmingham, and they literally talk to us Americans like we're fucking idiots. Like
Alabama.
Like, yeah, exactly. The Iron Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
Legion Field. I bet they love Legion Field. Speaking of UAB, I was just thought of them. They had that guy stab another guy at breakfast a couple weeks ago. Did you see that? One of their defensive tackles stabbed two like other defensive tackles, or maybe it was offensive linemen during team breakfast like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he stabbed them. So I've never seen anything like it before. That's all.
I actually didn't catch that, but that he must have been like just tired of the hazing.
There was a fight like the night before, or the day before at practice or something, but still, I mean, nobody's ever stabbed another teammate at practice before, I don't think, or at breakfast.
It's like
the next day.
Private Pile just losing it. Like
It
just snaps. Like
I need to remember did you see the Ohio coach, by the way? Like, it's like on leave, but like nobody knows anything.
No.
Ohio Bobcats. Their coach, he's a June Jones guy. Like he wears like the lei and stuff, but just a white guy. But I don't know what happened. They had a good year, 8-4. It was his first year there, and like Ohio just like posts on Twitter that the offensive coordinator is now the interim head coach, and still nobody knows anything. All that we know is like they were having like there was a team meeting or something going on, and like administrators like the AD and like a lawyer walked in and were like, "We need you to leave," and like just made him leave campus, and that's it. Trent Dilfer was the head coach at UAB this season. He was fired like back in October, I want to say, maybe the end of September. Dilfer gave up. Dilfer like tried to coach for like a year, and then he realized that it's a lot of work and not really worth it. Just
the ultimate.
Okay. It's a show with the two of us. I don't know what you want from me, Jake. Here you go. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, where were we on that? By the way, is June Jones still alive?
I'm gonna say no, but what do you think?
I'm also gonna go no, but I'm now. You said that I'm having flashbacks of like Colt Brennan in Hawaii, like fucking.
Now the head coach in Hawaii.
He's still the head coach. Oh, Colt Brennan is.
Yes, at Hawaii.
Okay.
I think they're killed. Oh no! Wait, no, he's not. Colt Brennan is dead. I'm thinking of Timmy Chang. Colt Brennan before Colt Brennan. Chang was around. Wasn't he around 2000?
Yeah, they both were like early 2000s, like late 2000s.
Brennan was after. Brennan was more like 2006, I want to say. I can picture Brennan's rookie card. It's a score rookie card. I want to say it's 2000. I'm going to say 2008 for Brennan.
Okay. That may be correct.
Colt Brennan did pass away, though.
That's crazy. R.I.P. Colt Brennan.
Back in 2020.
He for a while there. I think Case Keenum
nailed
broke
it.
His record.
2008 rookie. And then
Case Keenum broke his record. But he had the record for most passing yards ever for a stint there.
Does Keenum still have it? Timmy Chang, by the way, graduated 2000 rookie.
Okay. The OG.
So I nailed them both.
But yeah, so that's the Junes Jones era. Had some highlights there for sure. They ran the spread. They were slinging the ball.
Do you remember Bo Levi Mitchell?
No.
SMU, they did the same thing. Jake brought it up a minute ago. They hired Larry Brown for the basketball program, and then they hired June Jones for the football program right around the same time. They paid both of them quite a bit of money. Why is this on GV? I like that. That's a good comment. I'm gonna leave that one up.
Sorry.
But, he's derailing me. It's good. Bo Levi Mitchell was this great quarterback recruit who ended up going to SMU. It didn't work out. He ended up dropping down a level, and then he did a great job at like Sam Houston State, maybe, and he had a great career in the CFL. He won at least one Grey Cup, maybe more. He was like one of those like top quarterbacks in the CFL. The guys will get like the good contracts. Like there's like 3 or 4 of them that they shuffle around and get paid big bucks there.
Yep.
So that's I think I think that was the story there. But Levi Mitchell,
We covered
Jones, Larry
the Grey
Brown.
Cup and the WAC already. Look at us.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's still the WAC out there.
The WAC died.
Right?
I looked it up recently. The WAC is rebranding. It merged with another one of those conferences that's just kind of been hanging around. They're bringing back football, but it's going to be a new entity. It is going to be the United Athletic Conference. They are merging with the Atlantic Sun to form the United Athletic Conference. Name one team that you think is in the United Athletic Conference.
Besides the WAC teams, like the original.
Just no, any team.
You know, Hawaii, obviously. Like.
No, Hawaii is not in the WAC.
Really?
Hawaii is in the WCC.
What's it like? Montana State.
They're in Big Sky.
Okay, that's
a good conference.
I'll give you a hint. Like
there
Utah
are only
State, like shit like that. They're probably Pac-12 or Big 12 now, but I'm just saying, like it's got to be like Utah's and Montana.
There are two Utah schools, and then the rest of the schools are the next furthest west school is Abilene Christian. So I gave you Abilene Christian.
Rice.
Rice? You're terrible at this.
I know, I'm terrible. I fucking don't know my
Southern Utah and Utah Tech are the other two, but they're leaving for the Big Sky Conference. Abilene Christian, Tarleton State, UT Arlington, Arkansas Little Rock, Central Arkansas, Austin P, Eastern Kentucky, West Georgia, and North Alabama.
I was trying to think of these small Texas
essentially
schools.
The WAC football now.
Yeah, all right.
That's true.
I suck at this. I'm not a college football guy anymore, like I used to be, for sure.
I'm not either. I just know the conferences. It's one of those things I look at, like when I take a shit. I'm like, it's time to check in on the. Earlier today, I was reading about the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference for some reason. That's a Division II football athletics conference in Pennsylvania. I don't know. Shepherd's in it.
Like Albion, I think Albion or whatever it is. Like what is it? No. Clarion. Clarion's like one of those.
They might be in it.
Alfred. Yeah,
Indiana University of Pennsylvania, I think, is in it.
Ooey pooey.
No, that's Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. I'm talking about Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
That's fair.
It's not Indiana. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Football season's finally over. Thank God for Marshall and West Virginia. Both. I consider getting blown out by like a team that's going to be in the playoff way less embarrassing than what we did. It was horrific. Are you guys going to face a mass exodus of players? You got a bunch of guys leaving, or?
Yeah, I mean he's going to bring in all new probably. There was rumors. I think that Jaheim White, who's our best player, he was the tailback, and he played like game 1 and he blew his
the guy got hurt.
Yeah, and he was gonna redshirt and stick around. That was the original word. But I haven't seen anything since. He might like rescind that. But anyway, so I don't know who's gonna stay. They got my hopes up. Obviously, we beat Pitt. That was probably the highlight, and then we won a rank. We won one of those ranked games, and we had a backdoor chance to become bowl eligible, and then we sucked the last two games again. So it's like 2/3 of the way through, we had a big win. It was like, all right, it's looking like Rich Rod's getting the system in place, and no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
We fell apart at the end of the year. I think we lost our last 3 games, but
Yeah,
so 5 and 7.
tough year.
First
Year for West Virginia football, all across the board.
So our soccer team too. You know, we're a top like 10 spending program in soccer, and we lost in the second round of the fucking tournament. So not good. It's not
crazy.
good.
At the end of that championship game, there was a brawl in the stands. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was great.
One
of our players jumped up in the stands, and one of your guys comes running down, like shoves him. One of your fans. It was funny.
That game was
that was the first time Marshall won in Morgantown in soccer since like '98.
Yeah, that was a nuts game. First of all, I don't love that. I hated how it ended. I mean,
I didn't watch it.
I don't even care. It ended when Marshall was awarded a free kick, like in double extra time.
Oh, it's kind of a bullshit.
Yeah, they're about to go to PKs, and like after extra time's gone, and they awarded Marshall a free kick, but they had not awarded West Virginia a free kick on basically the same fucking thing 5 minutes before. So I didn't love that, but whatever. I mean, but yeah. So that guy's everyone was getting heated. They were carding people up. People were about to get tossed. They win on a last-minute penalty kick. Then the Marshall guy goes talk shit, and there was a riot in the crowd. It's like people started fucking going at parents and stuff. It got really kind of wild.
I saw a great clip of all the Marshall guys like facing your fans and like singing Country Roads, but it's like country roads, take me home. Because every single fucking one of them is I think 3 of them speak English natively.
And what's up with like that's also like the song every foreigner sings at all the international games?
They all know them.
That's the only one they know. Yeah. What the fuck is this?
WVU should be playing in Ireland every year. I could see the Marshall West Virginia football series, continuing as an exclusively international series. Marshall versus WVU in Brazil, in England, in Germany. Never in the state of West Virginia, so the state never benefits from it economically.
We give them like the Jags and the fucking Falcons and shit. Like we give them the worst games usually too. We have the Jets play over there. Yeah.
There was way too many independent or international games.
Oh, they're gonna have more.
It's crazy, dude. It felt like almost every week I'd like wake up at like noon, and I'd turn on the television and be like, "There's a game already happened." I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
It cost me a fantasy matchup when Warren was scratched this year. Because I woke up 5 minutes late for the game. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to cut you up, but yeah. They got one in Berlin, one in Ireland, the 2 at Wembley. They got one in fucking Sao Paulo now. Like they're everywhere. It's crazy.
Did they play in Mexico this year?
I don't think so, but they have before.
Yeah, they definitely. I remember it was a disaster when they did it. But
yeah,
whatever. So. They used to always talk like they were going to put an expansion team in Mexico City. What a fucking joke that is.
I don't know how many South America games are going to be able to schedule if we keep this shit up. By the way.
Yeah, that's true.
We got the entire South Sea blockaded, and we've closed the airspace of Venezuela. But we're going to try to get an NFL game in there. I'm not sure how that would go, but anyway.
Polly Market just tweeted an hour ago. Trump says he is abolishing income taxes. That's the problem. He's not actually going to, but it'd be cool if he did.
Can't handle any more disappointment from this guy.
No.
I mean, it's
Prada just acquired Versace for $1.4 billion as well. So
wow.
I don't feel like any brand is worth 1 point. Well,
is that LVMH? LVMH and
I have no idea.
Capri. I think it's LVMH that runs that. I was long them a while ago, but I'm not in that right now. Anyways, yeah. So you want to talk Venezuela here real fast?
Let's talk Venezuela.
We advertise for the people here.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. So I don't know if you saw. First of all, we said that we gave Maduro till Friday, and now it's like going on Wednesday, tomorrow morning, and we haven't done anything, right? We gave him the Friday ultimatum, and we've yet to do anything. And we
I
have
haven't
shut down
actually
their.
been following that closely on this one, by the way. So everything you tell me is kind of like news to me. Just
Okay, so last week Trump gave Maduro the ultimatum that he had to surrender by Friday, or we were going to come
okay.
in there, and then it raised the whole to do legally, like, can he even do this? Congress hasn't voted on it. And even Hegseth is taking shit because he's like, let's kill them all, let's shoot down these boats, and they're like, well, you don't get to just decide that. Congress is supposed to, and but we do it all the time. So I don't. That's a whole messy part of it. But anyways, we gave him the ultimatum till Friday. He didn't step down, and we haven't invaded. Now 3 months ago, little known report that we had pissed off North Korea about 3 months ago with some of the actions that we were taking in South Korea. And I've been stationed out there. I'm not, again, I'm no expert, but we have very strict rules on what we can and can't do and how much force we're building up, and we have all these exercises and shit. And I guess we beefed it up and violated it and like made an agreement with South Korea that pissed off North Korea. This was 3 months ago. And the reason I'm sharing this is because North Korea came out with basically in a memo from their head of state that said, you're not supposed to be doing this. We're not happy with this. And this is an incursion, and we reserve the right to supply weapons to a whole list of people if we so choose. And Venezuela was on that list. So
Okay.
this was 3 months ago. North Korea said we could supply weapons to Venezuela if we want. There's a whole host of countries, Iran. You know what I mean? Basically, like, hey, like if you're not gonna honor our agreement here, like, what's stopping us from sending weapons and shit to our allies, right? So that happened 3 months ago, and that wasn't really talked about much. And it kind of brings in the problem again, like in what we're talking about. Like, we can't just, in my opinion, this is a thorny issue. Like, we can't just go in there and take Venezuela. I mean, we could try, but they're not an amazingly powerful and prosperous nation. No one's saying that, but they're a real country. They have a missile defense system. They have
Right.
drones, they have weapons, and now we don't know what kind of weapons they have because, again, um, they are a highly sanctioned country. We've sanctioned so many of these countries, Luke, that the sanctioned countries are understandably helping each other out. So you have like Turkey, you have Iran, you have North Korea,
China.
these China, you got these other countries that are also on the bad list. Pakistan, by the way, is also that are friendly to Venezuela because they get other countries that get screwed by this. Like, they don't like it, so they're like, hey, this guy's, the what is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's happening, right? And then you have, again, the BRICS coalition. That's totally different. China and Russia have not to this point gotten involved, but Russia is another highly sanctioned country, and that's another block. And so there's a lot of interests that might not just want us rolling in and taking over Venezuela. So we had issued a thing. Our ultimatum was Maduro should step down, and we would take over the military, turn the military over to us, and then we would immediately sanction elections. We would let Venezuela elect their
Right.
big person that we tell them to, like, basically. So, and then we would, get a sweetheart deal and take what we want. Um, this isn't going well though. And I'm not trying to be anti-American or anything like that. I'm just saying this is a sticky situation internally with Trump and Hegseth. This is a sticky situation internationally where we're already being challenged in a lot of places. We're already spread pretty thin. And I think it's interesting that they're also, have been floating the peace talks. There was in Ukraine, there's been renewed
Mhm.
talks of that. Like, there was a deal possibly in place, and then they tried to sabotage it, and then to which even there was reports, and again, none of this we can believe, that Trump It's like, you know what? Maybe we could roll back NATO. You know what I mean? Like there crazy shit like that happening. So
Oh, can't I can't hear you
that
now for some reason.
there's not an agreement
There we go.
where they would end one and then escalate on the other type of thing. You know, we don't know what the hell's going on, but all I know is like it's not just so easy as Venezuela's the shithole country and we can just roll in there. Like Trump said, like with the Ukraine war, or whatever, he's like that war would be over in a day. Like, and it's not, right? He's like, I would have ended that war in 24 hours.
Right.
You have
Well, Sean Wick does point out
so
though that
it's very
nobody in Venezuela
complicated.
is
And
over
like I
5
said,
feet
that's
tall.
we can get into more shit than that, but that's the gist of it. I just don't understand where we can just roll in wherever we want and like fuck somebody up and take their stuff. Like this is not like real life anymore. Like we've done that historically, but we're not in that position anymore. Like in my opinion, makes
I
it
kind of
very,
think we
very
are
tough.
though. Can you hear
What?
me? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Hold on. I think you're fucked up. Something happened on your end. All my shit seems to be normal. Hang on.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, I can't hear you now. What the fuck? You're
Yeah,
on my
hang
phone
on.
and not my. Oh, Jake was trying to call me and I'm screwing up my feed. Just quit trying to call me, Jake. I gotta log out and log back in.
Yeah, I knew something happened. Yeah, thanks. Good job, Jake. What was he gonna like? What was your thought process there? He was gonna stop doing this and take your phone call? Shithead. Also, all right, let's while we're doing this. Oh, good. Blah, 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 blah. Kind of like a benign abscess on GBE. I liked Luke until now. No, you didn't. Good point. Sean makes you did. I did. Sad. What are you gonna do? Chad, I'll have your $50 tomorrow. What the fuck? Appreciate your help. How are my cards? No idea why this is on GBE. Doesn't fit. This could have been a phone call. Jake, everything you do in life could be a phone call.
all right, I can hear you now.
Shame on Luke. Yeah,
Why?
anyway. But also, Sean said nobody in Venezuela is over 5 foot. We can take them. He said we
I don't know
can't take them, but he meant we can't take them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not playing them in soccer, baseball, Chad.
I honestly don't even like. I try to keep track of some of this shit. I don't know what's going on. It's really really wild. Even with our government, like you said, like Trump. Okay, yeah, we're gonna abolish the income tax. Okay, yeah, we're gonna release the files.
Yeah,
We're not
we
gonna.
just say stuff now.
It's just fucking nothing now. It's like what, nobody believes anything.
God damn it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just lost my train of thought completely. I had some stuff I wanted to bring. You brought up the Ukraine thing, and they're talking about a settlement there. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but like Zelensky's like number 2 guy got caught up in corruption scandal. Like actually got caught up in one, and that's why all of a sudden they're more playing ball. Like it's what I expected it was happening the entire time. Like they've been stealing just hand over fist. Just kind of a weird made up war. I mean, it's not like a made up war in the sense that it is a made up country. Yes, another country that's not really a country.
Right. It's been our corruption playground for like multiple administrations. Like for as long like
I liked the Putin interview with Tucker. Like I mean, it was like a lot of the stuff he was talking about was just kind of, but his history lesson was interesting, and like it is. He's not wrong about there is no Ukrainian national identity, really. It's a modern construction. You can have one now, but even then, what is their identity? Like, there's a lot of countries. Like, what is being Canadian? What is being Belizean? What is being, I don't know, fuck. So, anyway,
yeah, they had a peace deal the first time, and Boris Johnson rolled in there and tore it up. And that was some of
that retard.
Oh my God. That's also something that people don't understand either is like the power centers that I put that down to talk about. Like that's also shifting all the time. So again, you have the BRICS bloc, and then you have the West, and we've talked a lot about that, but even the West, if you watch the documentary, The Spider's Web, Britain's Second Empire,
Which I did watch.
it's really good. I think I did send you that before.
Yeah, I
And it
did
kind
watch
of
that
goes
one.
through. So, Britain imperially kind of fell off, when they used to they didn't just take over these countries. They had like representation in these countries. They actually had a physical British representatives running the countries in these places. You know what I mean? South Africa, uh, all the way on through. And, so the British Empire fell, but they never lost London being the financial center of the world.
Right.
And to that point, you can't ever get into this stuff without Israel, so I apologize, but I'll keep it brief. But the Rothschilds, which has been the richest family in Britain and the head of the Bank of England for as long as last couple hundred years, the Rothschilds were behind the entire creation of the state of Israel and the Balfour Declaration. And when Israel was created, the heads of state were writing letters to Lord Rothschild congratulating him on his new nation. Okay, so you have this power center of even, and that's not, so when we talk about the EU, it's not really Britain, because Britain is more tied with Israel and the US, and they still have this sprawling financial hub. So it's still a power center. So that's what you see over there with like Boris Johnson going over there to blow it up. I mean, that's the city of London and the UK power center saying, no, we don't want this shit. They still hold tremendous influence in a lot of this stuff, and Israel and like, so that's our block. And then there's like the rest of Europe, like the France, Germany kind of coalition, the rest of the EU that is kind of left getting screwed by both sides, right? And then you have the new BRICS coalition, and now you have some of the countries like Venezuela that are trying to work with other sanctioned nations and maybe more BRIC adjacent. And we don't want that. We want to control our hemisphere. So, they're not doing what we want them to do. That's largely at the root of this. So I don't know. It's just a really interesting time to be alive. We're not going to solve any of these problems, but it just all seems to be like shifting and fucking there's some nasty games going on globally. And it's
Yeah.
always the banks. It's always the banks and the power centers, and that's the market's been like, there's a lot of cracks in subprime and in the plumbing of the financial system right now. And the AI bubble, like Burry came out and was short, and there was like I don't know, man. It's going to be really fucking interesting. It's going to be
The
really
practical
damn
use
interesting these next few years.
the practical use case for AI is so limited compared to what it's currently like the market cap of all the AI. Like, it's insane. It's essentially like, I've seen graphs too. Like, it's basically a tool that's used for kids to cheat in school. For me to like identify items and make up listings. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know what else it's really being used for. It writes
It
really
is pretty
bad,
powerful.
generates a lot of
Sorry, go ahead.
stupid fucking pictures and videos. But like,
Yeah.
what is that? Like, what's it driving economically right now? No, it's all.
Well, it's
I
gonna
like.
be, it's gonna take out. Sorry, go ahead. I have some thoughts on that.
I like a more
Finish.
of a hard like economy filled with real things.
Personally fucking hate computers, and I'm
I do
very
too.
much like, I'm very hammer and chisel. Like, I still take handwritten notes and stuff. I try not to be, I mean, I'm on the internet, but I try not to be to the extent possible. I like being unplugged more. In fact, if I was rich, I would be one of those dudes where my assistant has my phone number. Like, I don't even have to carry a phone, type of shit. But the point being, I had to take this AI course for work, and I got my like level 1 and 2 certifications, and because they're pushing this AI shit, and we even have it in our business. And there's no doubt it's powerful. It hallucinates, and there's bad things, and the retail, like, consumerism part, none of that's good. But I'll give you an example. I had found this issue where it's not in any of the manuals, like with the instrument that I service. And like I've figured this out just through years of working on these things. Like if it's kicking off like all these multiple codes at one time, it's not in the manual that says what that problem is, but it's a power supply basically, right? You're having power drop.
Mm.
And so when I had to do this stupid course, I punched in like it's like upload the document to the AI. So I did. I put the service manual in, and I said, like, what happens if I'm getting multiple node errors at the same time? And it fucking kicked out. It's like you probably having power supply issue, and that's nowhere in the manual. That like that's you would only know that being a seasoned technician on this system, and AI got it like immediately. So it's pretty crazy. You can actually upload all kinds of shit into there and ask it like what it thinks, and it actually comes up with some
Well,
pretty
yeah,
good.
and that's something I
Um,
see, like just with how I use it versus how my staff uses it. Like
yeah,
like they, but the vast majority of, I think it's going to be more limited in who's actually able to use it effectively and needs and ends up
sure.
using it overall
And
versus what like they're
and in
currently, because the vast majority of people aren't going to be aren't capable of coming up with a prompt. They can't
and it
do that.
yeah, right. No, and there was a whole course on that with prompts, you're right. And then you have to ask it like you have to role play with it. Like pretend you can't just be like give me a marketing material. You have to be like pretend you're the marketer of this company and I want to engage,
Right.
with this and then tell me my strengths and weaknesses and then it'll kick out exactly what you want. It'll basically do your marketing for you type of shit. Um so yeah, you have to role play with the prompts and everything. But it it's a crapshoot. Like who gets to control what goes into the language model, right? If you ask it like, "Hey, did Israel kill a bunch of Palestinians?" It'll be like, "No, that never happened." You know what I mean? Like,
No.
or something
Yeah.
like, who gets to decide what goes in the language model? So that's a problem. But to the point, to wrap up what the whole thought, I do see it taking out a lot of decision making. So I always point to healthcare as an example. It's the largest private employer in this country is healthcare related, and most healthcare jobs are in the middle. They're not doctors, they're not nurses, they're administrators. It's all the
Right.
insurance people, the administrators, the people. They can get rid of half of the administrators and have the AI making those decisions. And then you also see AI doing a better job like reading mammograms. Like mammograms have a ton of false readings, and like the AI reads it much better than your average breast cancer oncologist. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of interesting things like that. It'll definitely be disruptive. It'll definitely um, replace a lot of decision making and middle managers and middlemen,
Got
if that makes
Jake
sense.
DMing me, like he's Googling my name and then DMing me personal things about myself that you find when you Google my name. So that's going well.
We can
What?
bring him on in a couple minutes. I
I
don't
mean,
get
like,
why he's
well,
freaking
no,
out.
at this point, like he can go fuck himself. But I don't like understand what the fuck is.
I don't know what he's
Congratulations,
been.
though. You, but
Jake, if you've been
whatever.
sending me messages, I haven't been able to read them. Like
Sure,
yeah,
he's
I'm on my phone doing this right now. So whatever. I'm sorry.
John
I
and
don't know.
Stephanie. I might be wrong, but I'll make sure to figure it out. All right, so Jake's doing like a doxing, threatening thing. Okay, that's fine. Be weird. Cyber
Yeah.
stalk me. I'll go ahead and block you. We'll just go ahead and do that. So now we're cyber stalking again because we can't behave normally for some reason. I don't understand why you can't, but whatever. So congratulations. He's not like whatever. Idiot. Dummy. Venezuela.
Anyway, so now that we've solved all the problems of the world, right? But uh, by the way, since we're venturing into all these things that we know nothing about, uh, you seeing this stuff about Trump's medical conditions coming back around again? I'm seeing all
Yeah.
this like he might not serve out his term, and all of a sudden he's got a heart condition and this and that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to flip him. Like, obviously, it's not looking good for the midterms. I don't care about your politics. Clearly, nobody's happy, even Trump supporters. Uh,
I don't think
so
anything
they're
will.
gonna flip it at the midterms. You know what I mean? He's basically gonna be a lame duck. They already can't. They're already gonna shut down Congress again in January. Like they shut it down. They brought a
What do you mean
continuing
flip it?
resolution back.
What do you mean by
Flip it
flip it?
meaning like I think the Republicans get killed in the midterms.
Oh, I got
So
you.
then you have Democratic House and Senate, and possibly the next president. So you're not going to be able to push your agenda through anyways. Um, which Wall Street likes gridlock. Some people are into it. Uh, I don't know. The whole thing's a mess, dude. I don't have any insights or anything awesome to share other than this is truly a fascinating time to be alive. Like
It's not
it's so
particularly
fucking
fun.
wild. It's not fun. Like when you turn on the internet, dude, it's just fucking wild. Like every night you could scroll and be like, "What is going on?" It's fucking madness.
Yeah, everybody's kind of being ridiculous. I don't know. Something happened. Something changed. A flip switched. Everybody's kind of crazy. There's no decorum anymore. That kind of bothers me. I'm a decorum guy now, I think.
Honor. You're an honor guy. That's all.
I'm an
Yeah.
honor guy. I want to be a decorum.
It's
What
a
else
bunch of
is
dishonorable fucks.
you had you had a couple. You sent me that list of things about Venezuela. There was a couple things I generally don't even know what it is.
All right.
Let's
So what do
see.
we?
Hang on. Tower centers or power centers. Power. Oh, so
We
you're
kind of
talking about
talked
power.
about that.
You did now. Yes, now I know what you're talking.
Yep.
No, actually, you knocked out. You hit all these.
Yeah.
So I do will disagree. I think that even one of those boats that's currently parked off the shore could take the entire thing out. Just one of them.
There's no doubt we could fuck them up. Like
I
inflict.
don't disagree with you when you say that like we understate the capabilities of
Sure.
other places, but I think we have a tendency to understate our own. I still think it's the difference between Jake, the barbarians are at the gates of Rome, and I'm not going to let them in right now. This is this is not Barcelona, no, or is it Barcelona where the guy like opened the gate and let the Arabs in? We're like, but no, like we're just at no point did I like say, hey, like Jake, we're gonna have you on tonight or anything. Like we might like no, we might like we were probably gonna have you on. Now we're not going to. Well, now you don't want in, but nobody's gatekeeping. You don't understand what the word gatekeeping is. Like that's nobody's gatekeeping anything from you. You're trying to like a door. There's a door, and you're like slamming on the door, being like, "Let me in, douchebag! Fuck you! You're a piece of shit." And then when I like don't open the door, you're like, now you're dead. You're a dead man. You're gatekeeping. So, congratulations,
Anyway.
though. Anyway.
To your point, there's no doubt though that we could fuck somebody up anytime we want. We could take down critical infrastructure. We could make damn near anybody's life miserable, but at what cost? And I guess that was the other part of what I was laying out earlier is there's credible reports now that we don't truly understand Venezuela's capability and that's part of the reason we want to overthrow them is that they've been working with other nations. I mean, we don't know if they got materials or not, or certain missiles or not. Like we don't know exactly what they have. Like, so yeah, I mean, we could fuck them up. But what if they got something off and they hit the U.S.? That would kind of shatter the whole narrative that we're untouchable. So it's not as cut and dry.
I think it would be similar to the Falkland Islands incident in military capability comparison, except even more exaggerated. Texas Tech 77, West Virginia 0, as opposed to 48-0.
By the way, like actually, so that's a question I have, and I don't know if you know the answer. I certainly don't. If you go back to the Cuban Missile Crisis, if we just know everything and everybody's our bitch and we have it like that, how did we ever let missiles fucking into Cuba in the first place? Right?
It is
Like,
kind of
and
weird.
that
Like
was in the 60s.
I never did understand. Like it seemed like they had no idea that until they were there. Which
Unless
kind
it
of
was allowed to happen to
yeah.
create a problem reaction solution. Like we've certainly done that. We false maybe it
Because
was
it
a false
seems
flag we were in on.
it
But if it
does seem
wasn't,
unbelievable to
how
me
you're
that
right.
yeah. Like that they would have that we would just like, oh, there they are. We had no idea. Like our intelligence was
Right.
blind there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, I see.
Exactly. So who the hell knows? But I'm just glad that I'm old as shit now and I can't be recalled. I long ago served out my my reserve status, right? Because your enlistment contract's never just your enlistment contract, and I did too, right? So you do double reserve status on the back end. I think he froze.
So they can't call you. No, they yeah. Why would they
Right.
be able to call you back?
Because that's the deal. Even if you leave active duty, you have usually like a 6 to 10 year window, depending upon how long you served, where you're still in reserve status. So if there
Oh,
was
no
another
shit.
draft, they call you back. Yeah, you're already trained. You're already like capable.
I mean, it makes
But
sense.
you're the first people called back. Yeah.
So you're past that point now, though. You're free.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Fax would get called back.
I'm pushing 40 and have a bad back now, so they're not gonna pull me back.
Yeah, Fax
But,
just
like,
got
yeah.
out like Fax got out like 3 weeks ago, basically. Like he would.
Fax would
he
be going. Yes. Fax would be among
I'm not
the
convinced
first
Fax is out. To
waves.
be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if Fax is like on paper out, but like in reality not
Yeah.
out. There's
Shout
something.
out to
There's
Fax,
something.
but that's the first. He's exactly like all those kind of guys would get pulled back immediately if they had to.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if Fax is like actually like keeping track of things. Like that's his, like
He's got files on all of us.
yeah, like he might be a handler.
He's a spook.
Sean Wick says the technology was not in place for early detection for the Cuban Missile Crisis. Did we have satellite
There you
pictures?
go.
I have no idea. Did we have satellite pictures? I
It
guess
was
no,
allegedly.
probably not. No, I guess we would have just had planes flying over it.
If Sean Wick knows anything else, drop it in the chat, dude. But like I said, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I'm saying like we like both those things can't be true, right? Like we're all knowing, like all seeing, but also like, hey, there's fucking missiles right off our shore and we didn't know about it. Like,
Really
which
close.
is it? And we kind of try to play both sides, I feel like, on some of that stuff. Like, okay, we can just walk in there and take Venezuela, then why haven't we? It's like, oh, okay, well maybe we can't, and maybe there's other
But, like-
countries that would not be very happy about that, and there's other shit in play.
No satellites, just
Spy
U2
planes.
spy planes. Yeah. Fax is U2 sucks, by the way.
You might be.
Fuck.
Pats are back.
Fax is the minute.
Pats are actually fucking back. By
The Pats.
Holy,
The Pats
11
are
and 2
indeed
Pats.
actually
Drake
back.
May looks like a baller.
Shocking.
Sucks. I'm a Bills fan.
I like Vrabel too, so like I could get behind this Pats team. I'm not going to, but I. Soviet, Sean actually might know because he's a communist. He probably has like access to stuff we don't have access to. Communist Party USA.
Yeah.
Sean Wick. Why is Bitcoin going down? Is it actually going down?
I think yes, it's still going down. That's a very interesting. Let me see how there was reports that JP Morgan was not happy with the Genius Act because in the Genius Act, stablecoins basically got carte blanche to Circle, Tether, right? They were allowed to basically they rubber stamp them as monetary instruments. They kind of got the blessing, if you will, to be digital dollar proxies. They're not the digital dollar, but they're able to be proxies, and in return, they buy treasuries to back them. and they always have. But
Right.
now the Treasury's like basically now the Treasury can regulate that, and they said basically you guys have to be all in Treasuries. So it was a backdoor way. So if you think that China and Russia and Japan and these other countries that are also having debt problems can't buy as many of our bonds, it was a clever way for Scott Bessent and the Treasury to say, okay, we'll give the stable coins pay to play, but you guys have to buy all these treasuries that no one else is buying to back the coin. So if Bitcoin market cap goes way up, they have to buy way more treasuries. So it's a nice little
Right.
mechanism. So I think Bitcoin will go back up. However, this irked JP Morgan. And there was, I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. There was several people that laid out some really good referenced materials on X about how JP Morgan was unhappy. And so about this, because JP Morgan is the largest bank and basically the largest controller of the Fed. And the Fed has always dictated Treasury policy. So Bessent kind of took a little bit of the Treasury control from the Fed. And JP Morgan was happy with that. So they are the number one shorter of MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. So they've been shorting the shit out of it. And now MicroStrategy is in a bad position where they just did a finance raise and they are trading
I
under
forgot
NAV.
about
Like,
MicroStrategies.
yes. Well, they own more than 3% of all the Bitcoin in the world now.
It's
They
just a
own almost
Bitcoin
5%, I
wallet,
think.
essentially. It's like that
They
company's a Bitcoin wallet.
a shit ton of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, a sizable amount. The government would like to have that for theirs. So
Oh, yeah.
sure, you know, if JP Morgan would love to bankrupt them and take their Bitcoin. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying they're trading at like $10 billion below net asset value right now, and they're having a hell of a time. And Saylor came out and said he might have to sell Bitcoin. So there's a political game going on there. That's one. Now, on the whole way down, institutions have been buying. So the institutions know that stablecoin and Bitcoin are here to stay. They are accumulating it. How low they'll take it, they could take it as low as 50,000, in my opinion, and it might get there. Now, the problem, setting all the politics that I just laid out aside, Bitcoin is also a proxy for liquidity in the market. So when Bitcoin leads the NASDAQ down, and then it's also led the NASDAQ up because it's basically risk on, right? Bitcoin's your risk on asset. So the fact that there is such illiquidity right now in Bitcoin and it continues to sell off kind of shows that there's still these other cracks in the financial plumbing and people are becoming more risk averse, which is not good. So you would like to see, you'd like to feel better about a bull market and being long the NASDAQ if you start seeing Bitcoin be up stronger and rally back up towards the 100,000 level and beyond. And actually, Bitcoin did put in a higher low yesterday. So it has shown strength on the charts this week a little bit. It might be trying to make a comeback. But again, there's all these political games and finance games going on and all over the world. It's really fucking fascinating. And the markets have been in bad shape. So they are private equity is trying to offload their bags. They talked Trump into changing the new policy so that they can put sell private equity assets into people's 401ks because they want to offload the bags before they have to mark them to market. In fact, I'm actually stoked to read this. I just got this book. These are the plunderers, all about private equity. So
Okay.
I'm going to dig into that myself. A little
I
bit more
can
about private
confirm
credit.
on the ground that they killed Jersey Mike's. Like the portion
Oh,
sizes
dude.
fucking are ridiculous now. So
It's
congratulations.
terrible. I tweeted about that the other day. I'm sure you saw. Yeah.
I had like 2 or 3 in a row that were just like ridiculously like just bad values for $10.50 or whatever it is for regular, you know. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, this is over. Had a great thing though for a few years. It was lovely. It was a decent value sandwich, like an okay sandwich that you could get in most of America. Now we don't have that anymore. Thanks a lot. I can't even get a Subway
We're
shitty Subway sandwich anymore because that's $20. Fuckers.
No shit. What happened to $5 footlongs?
15
We never knew how good. We never knew how good
$15
we
foot
had it.
long.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
then
It's not even
they'll
room
have
for
like
it
a
anymore
deal where
either.
they'll be like, hey, on Tuesdays we're gonna have a $10 foot long, and it's like the world's worst foot long. It's like
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like bologna.
Yeah, bologna and vegetable foot long, $12.99.
Great. Thanks, Mom. Yeah.
Talk about a hole in one. It's a
I
cold
just
cut
watched Happy
combo.
Gilmore 2. I finally got around to watching Happy Gilmore 2 last
First
night.
half of the movie was good.
It was
right?
quite good.
Then
It
the
was
second
good.
half,
I thought it was pretty well done. Yeah.
once they got to the golf tournament part, it was kind of dumb, I thought. But like I like the first
Maxi
part.
golf.
I would have liked a movie where like Happy's just trying to come back. Like,
Yeah.
come back on the tour and just kind of that would have been a good movie, but I don't know. John Daly was the best part of the movie.
Oh yeah.
He was
Yeah.
funny.
No,
Kelsey was good too.
most sequels suck. Kelsey was actually surprisingly good. Most sequels suck, but it was fun. It was fun at least. It's not the greatest, but
I can't wait for the Waterboy too.
are they really doing that one?
Just made that up.
Oh, okay.
I think they did a Little Nicky too. So
Did they? I never even heard of it, so that's probably how good that one did.
yeah,
Not
I
that
think
I'm
so.
the arbiter. But yeah, so
Go ahead.
nutshell though, let me just try to make sure I got. So there's gold and silver are going fucking crazy, like, and they're having problems in the metals markets, and Bitcoin's getting crushed, and we have to turn over vast sums of debt, and we have a lot of countries that are not very happy with us right now. We got a war going
Right.
on like we got a war going on 5 fucking fronts. And most people are broke. Like the middle to lower income they're just flat out broke. Like people are feeling like you go to the store and the price of absolutely everything
It's
is
insane.
outrageous. I mean, it really is. I literally just went to Walmart and bought the same pair of boots I bought 3 years ago, and they were twice the price. Like I just buy these cheap Walmart boots. I know them, I like them, and
I bought the world's ugliest
anyways.
piece of art glass today. You want to see it?
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I've now purchased 2 pieces of glass in my life. I'm building a little collection. It looks like this thing's pretty ugly, but I kind of like it. Oh, this is it's by the Rainbow Glass Company in Huntington, West Virginia. They went out of business like the 60s. That's it. Hand blown glass. Just little
Hand blown. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like all the hand blown stuff. You can always tell it's hand blown because they got like a little, like where they cut it off at the end on the bottom, those marks. Yeah. I was trying to teach that to some of the people today. Like, there's a lot of stuff that looks like it's milk glass. Yes, technically, but you can tell where it was molded. Like there's lines on it where they mass produced it and they put it into molds. So like the value's just not there. There's also like I like fine crystal. Leaded crystal, but I don't like, and I can show you exactly what it is. Like they call it gift shop crystal, and it's just not worth anything. They just mass produced it, and they'll be like $3 pieces. So but I can't get them. I'm like, send me Waterford. Do not send me gift shop crystal. Which obviously, 90% of the time they're going to get gift shop crystal. They'll get Waterford 10% of the time, but.
Right. What's the other one? Mikasa, like crystal? I don't know, like that.
Yeah, but like Mikasa, a lot of that's kind of junky too. A lot of especially the newer stuff, it's made in China.
That's like the JC Penney's fucking wannabe crystal type. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm
some
into
other interesting things that you've seen roll through lately?
I sold a $770 lot of Lego minifigures today. That was a good one. I just have them send all the Legos that come in. I have a lady that sits there and picks out the figures. You know what I'm talking about, the little minifigures.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are worth more money than
I have no idea which ones. I get giant lots of them, and then I sit there, and it takes me like a half hour. And I sit there in my giant photo box, and I line them all up, and so you can get good quality. So everything's in the pictures, and like some of them they all sell for like at least $100, you know, if you got enough guys in there.
Yeah.
But like if you get like, I've had a couple now where they've gone over $500, just something about them. I never know what it is though, because I don't look them up. I just know they're good. So, but other than that, right, I'm trying to get into. They were talking about getting me certified in gemology, which I definitely want to do. So
you got to get like the oracle.
I got a loop. I'm ordering. Yeah, I need one that goes in like my eye. I'm trying to get them to buy me a new loop, like a nice one, like spend like $15, but like nice isn't like $15, you know, as opposed to like the shitty magnifying glass I have right now.
You're gonna end up being like, you basically end up being a jewelry store at the end because you have to assess the value of all this shit. Like you have to learn all the stuff like they learn, like what, right? Like
I'm just gonna try. My whole thing right now is like I want to get certified in that, get me certified in, I don't know, purses, whatever. I'm just gonna learn. I'm learning everything. Vintage clothing. I found some I got some really nice. They didn't sell for a whole lot, like $30 to $40 shipped, but because they just weren't that valuable. But Fifth Avenue Saks, like 70s nice little girl antique dresses, and I was pretty sure they were real, and then I got them actually authenticated. They all came back real. Sold them all now,
nice.
But that was just interesting. I've never had those before.
I'm amazed at how many things of value like you find that get donated that like people don't understand the value of that do big money on your website. It's crazy.
I can't even tell you how much like gold gets donated to thrift stores on a daily basis, because you can just look at the websites and like the sellers and like they're just selling gold and silver all day long, dude. But it's not like that here, but like it's not like that at all here. Like I'm in like, you know, we're the poor areas of the country, but like the guys in Boston, like talk about like they gotta like all the places are like picky with the donations because there's just so much. You gotta wait in line for hours and like it's nuts.
Wow.
Like here it's like I gotta like do my best to try to maximize, you know, you gotta know, you gotta identify when because the vast majority of it's shit.
You just get this huge pallet of shit and you have to find the gems.
Yeah. And you also gotta sell the shit too, because you gotta keep the lights on. And sometimes all you got shit. So
it's
sometimes
crazy,
it's like,
man.
fuck, we're just gonna looks like we're doing this. But
you gotta be learning so much though about all these random ass markets. Like that's gotta be invaluable.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely want to get certified and all that shit, and it'll be good. So definitely and I think I got some positive reinforcement coming my way to start January 1. That, you know, like some new incentives, new pay scales, things like that. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty promising.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today. I was like, I you know, I could definitely make more money at most every other place in the world. But I like what I'm doing, and I'm good at it. And it's nice being good at something. So
I'll give you one more actually, since I'm standing here. Let me see, where did I put that? So it reminded me of this. So this is part of my problem in life. So first of all, we're an educational show. So here's one, this book, Exploration and Mining Essentials.
yeah,
This is the book about resources for like anybody that wants to be an investor. Like this is basically all the oil, copper, gold, zinc, nickel, you name it, like everything you need to know to actually invest properly in resources. Right. So anyways, I bring that up to say I would kind of go crazy in your position where I don't want to throw out like aluminum and shit. I'll sometimes swap out huge UPS batteries and stuff. And I'm like, I almost know too much and I'm cursed by it. I'm like, aluminum should be triple the price. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, don't they know that like we're at a structural deficit? You know, don't they know how much electricity it takes to actually fucking make aluminum, which is a lot, by the way. Like,
I'm getting a lot
takes
better
vast
at it.
sums of electricity.
Oh yeah, that's why they recycle it.
Right. And like all these things, it's like I almost know too much to where I'm like, I'm waiting for, and that goes back into the markets. I'll be really brief, but like if you ever look at the history of the Goldman Sachs Commodities Index, I think it's ridiculous that, but this is the way of the world. We don't get to make the rules. That basically the Goldman Sachs and the asshats and suits and the people that run the mercantile exchanges get to dictate the price of real goods, right? Especially things that need to be grown or mined.
Right.
So, like, farmers know that corn should be like $10 a bushel because that's what it takes to make them. And some asshat in a suit goes, "Yeah, but we say it's only worth 250 today because that's what we're trading it at." And they're like, "What? No one's going to produce it at that. We're at a loss." And the government comes in and subsidizes them and stuff. Anyways, so there's shit like that where I know too much and it drives me crazy. Where I become a pack rat on certain um goods, like especially metals and things like that. Because like, yeah, there was actually a funny thread on Twitter, right, about the guys that are hoarding all the nickels, right, because it's worth
Yes.
more than 5 cents of metals. Like
It's like
they're
7
showing these
cents.
vaults, right? I went to all these banks and bought up all their nickels, like if you really know the value of things and you're in a position like that. I'm like that too, and I like hoard this shit because I'm like someday the structural deficit and the options market on this is going to blow out like it did in nickel just 3 years ago. It blew out, and the whole LME, the London Metals Exchange, had to suspend nickel trading, like because they had been suppressing the price, and then somebody stood for delivery, and they basically had to void
Yeah.
all the contracts, and then the price is whatever you could get your hands on. And the last example I would say would be like think about lumber during the fucking pandemic, like when everybody wanted lumber at the same time, and all of a sudden there was the memes about if you had a bed box of 2x4s, like you're rich. It's like
Right.
it's almost like that with every fucking commodity. Like we try to like suppress price and have suits making prices for things that are priceless. Like if there was a war tomorrow and we needed to make more cruise missiles, each cruise missile has hundreds of ounces of silver in the tip of it. Like the US government would be like, we need fucking 20 tons of
Well,
silver, and it's not
back to
available. We're
World
at
War
like a
II, they would take it all.
right,
It'd be illegal
right,
to own
right.
gold and silver.
There you go. Well, that's Sean Wick. You should continue to hoard those because that's junk silver and that's a shitload. That's good money right there. So
The
absolutely.
smartest thing to hoard is always ammo.
Ammo, all this stuff. So
You can acquire whatever you need with ammo.
I apologize for the diatribe, but I'm just saying, like, I
Yeah.
get those vibes, like,
I was just gonna
from what
say,
you do.
I've gotten a lot better at it. When I first started, I had very bad hoarding tendencies for the
Yeah.
inventory. Now I really, really, really think about my number one metric that I'm focused on right now is sell through. And then like I don't like I would rather something sell for $10, even if it's worth $40, than sit for 6 months and I run it all these times. I just want the stuff gone. So my big thing is just sell through,
Yeah.
get it in and out the door. And then a lot of times
100%.
what I do is with my clothing and my purses is I'll go when it's time to purge them, and I get a big poly bag and I just start filling it up, and then I run those as bulk
Yep.
reseller lots, and those have actually been doing really well. My
You
sell through
you
on
want
bulk
to.
stuff is like 90%.
Oh, you're right. You want to be getting the cash flow and be the middleman and get to keep the transactions going. You don't want to be a collector. It gets you in trouble. Like especially
Yeah.
I'm same way in football cards now. I'm selling only. I've stopped buying everything and whatever. Like, and I've kindly come to. I'm like, I don't want to be a collector. Like I want to just fucking make money. But the point being to like, yeah, I'll give you one example. I have hundreds of pounds of UPS batteries and shit, like lithium ion batteries. And years ago, it's starting to finally turn my way, like where I'm like, they should be buying these. Like this battery metal, like lithium is fucking hard as shit to produce. Like,
Right.
and so 5 years ago, let's say, you used to have to pay somebody to take your batteries away. And I'm like, that's fucked. They should be paying me for my batteries because this stuff's worth a lot. And it's finally starting to flip like the other way. And someday when like aluminum and lithium and they pay for scrap like what they should, I'll go and I'll fucking cash in several trucks for it. So I don't do it with everything, but I certainly hoard old change and like um pennies before 1981, pre 1981 pennies are extremely valuable for the copper alone. And like I said, so if you were going to
That was
electrify the world, and
one of
sorry,
the
go ahead.
last topics on the Kirk Minute show was we found out Justin's brother's one of his hobbies is going to the bank and buying and getting just tons and tons of pennies or whatever and sorting them. And like
Pre 1981, they still made them with copper. Yeah,
because Kirk was like, does he make any money? And like I think like Justin was like, well, yeah, some of them are worth like 1.5 cents. And I was like, well, that's a big. That's funny.
It makes you a raving lunatic like me, but I always have the motto like, so with all commodities, because I've always been a commodities guy, and even when I ran money, like in 2017, one of the reasons eventually I was dissuaded, like I was fired from running money, was it was actually I would hurt my own commission, if you will, because I thought that people shouldn't be out on margin like they were. So I had a couple accounts where they were strapped on margin loans, and I advised them to pay down their margin debt, but that kills my own commission. And anyways, and I used to be an advocate. I've always been an advocate of sound money, and at least not be a crazy prepper, but throughout history, any generational wealth, you own 5 to 10% in gold as a protection. And now gold's $4,000. It's 2025, and everyone's starting to come around on gold. But this was 2017. You got frowned on for selling gold, and I was selling gold, like I said, 5 to 10% for people that had millions of dollars. I'm like, you got to at least protect. You got to have some kind of hedge. Like we're debasing the currency at 10 to 15% a year. Like, well, you're an idiot not to put 5 to 10% in gold. And I was like fired basically for it, like for selling gold. Like they don't like, it's like, no, just sell mutual funds. Like, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, so, and hurting my own commission by deleveraging some people that were way too far out on leverage. And I'm fine with it. But the point being, all this roundabout way to say, I'm kind of one of those crazy guys, but the motto is it doesn't matter until it does. Like it didn't matter about lumber until the day fucking the whole world wanted lumber, and then you were rich overnight. It's like that in gold and silver and everything else. It's like the world decides it needs this, and this thing that it needs has been shit on and manipulated for decades, and then everyone decides they want it all at once, and you can't get it, and the price you become rich fucking overnight. And anyways, if we're going to electrify the world and put a data center on every corner, we don't have enough copper. And it takes more than 10 years to bring a new copper mine online. And there's not enough. And so someday maybe there's a copper shortage, and I'm sitting on a bunch of pre-1981 pennies, and apparently Justin is too. And he'll like overnight, it'll be like you hit the lotto.
The government,
because none of this shit matters until
the government's going to say, yeah, but those are pennies, and you can't deface them, so you're going to have to give them back to me for a penny.
You can't debase the currency. Yeah. But it never works because just like Sean Wick and the pre-1964, it's what the fuck's his name? It's the good money drives out, or bad money drives out good, or whatever the hell it is. I forget what that's called. Anyways, there's an actual economic name for it. And anyways, so eventually people take the good money out of supply and bad money. They did all the way through coin clipping in like the Roman Empire. So none of this shit matters until it does. I'm going to look this up real quick because I sound like an idiot. This will only take me 10 seconds, sir.
You're fine.
My brain's not working tonight. Gresham's Law.
Big money drives
Scared
out
money
little
don't make money. That's different. But Gresham's law, exactly.
Yeah.
Gresham law states that bad money drives out good. So meaning, so when they were, just exactly why people hoard pre 1964. It's good money because it's actually made of silver, and I will trade you as many nickels as you want for like buffalo nickels from the 20s, and I'll give you all these new ones that are made with like zinc alloy, and some idiots will take that trade because they don't understand the value of things. So I respect what you do, and I'm glad you get to learn all these crazy markets and know the
Yeah, it's
value
fun.
of things because it's pretty cool. And I'm one of the crazies that's always like that.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been an hour and a half. I think it's time to end it.
I ranted at everybody enough. Yeah.
I appreciate Chad as always. Just to Jake, your behavior today was reprehensible. If you you're more than welcome to apologize to me. You can't apologize to me directly. I'm not going to speak to you, but it would probably be a good move to reconsider your actions and do some inner reflection as always. You are going to be like you're not allowed on Meeting the Minds anymore though. So I know that you like that, so I'm gonna take that away from you because you're a fucking piece of shit. On that note, good night everybody, and thanks for joining us.
Good night.